The moment you hear the engine growl of the 2025 Toyota Tacoma cutting through the silence of a lonely dirt trail, something in your chest tightens, like you're about to witness a machine built for the wild finally meeting its true purpose. It's not just another pickup, it feels like a dare, almost a whisper saying, "Follow me if you can." And as the tires sink into loose gravel and throw dust into the warm evening light, you realize this truck wasn't designed for convenience. It was designed for challenge, for adrenaline, for those moments when the road disappears and instinct takes over. What makes the 2025 Tacoma instantly electric is the way it blends modern refinement with that old-school rugged spirit the badge is known for. You sit behind the wheel and the cabin wraps around you like a cockpit, tight, tech-filled, but still simple enough to feel durable. The steering feels precise, heavier than expected, almost as if reminding you that the truck underneath is ready to move with force. Then you tap the throttle, and the powertrain responds with that confident push that tells you Toyota has finally tuned this machine not just for performance, but for emotion. As the trail turns rougher, the Tacoma 2025 begins to show its true nature. Rocks thud under the skid plates, shocks compress and release with a firm but controlled bounce, and the truck moves forward like it's memorizing every inch of terrain. You feel the suspension working in real time, especially the updated off-road tuned dampers that seem to soak up punishment with almost suspicious ease. There's a moment when the front wheels lift slightly over a rise, and instead of panicking, you smile, because the Tacoma makes you feel like it's prepared for chaos long before you are. Then comes the climb, the kind that looks impossible until you're already on it. Switch into the low-range mode, let the crawl control take over, and suddenly the truck behaves like a mountain goat. No slipping, no hesitation, the grip is aggressive, confident. The tires bite into the dirt, sending small stones rolling down the side of the hill as the Tacoma pulls you upward with slow, deliberate strength. It feels like the truck is negotiating with the terrain, almost saying, "I've been here before." The new power delivery is what surprises most. The acceleration isn't wild or reckless, but it's extremely controlled, smooth enough for precision yet strong enough for intimidation. When you push it on open dirt, the rear kicks out just enough to let you play, but the truck always brings itself back in line, almost like a loyal guard dog that enjoys testing your reflexes but never puts you in real danger. Inside, the cabin remains unusually quiet for an off-road truck. You hear the rumble, the crunch of terrain, but everything feels filtered, like the Tacoma wants you to enjoy the intensity without being overwhelmed by it. The seats hold you firmly, the screens glow with crisp graphics, and the driving data feels like something borrowed from a rally machine. Yet nothing feels pretentious. It's still the Tacoma, still that reliable partner, just more refined, more confident, more prepared for any madness you throw at it. Night falls, and this is when the truck becomes even more dramatic. With the LEDs lighting up the trail like a runway, the forest suddenly feels alive and dangerous. Shadows move fast, dust hangs in the air like fog, and the Tacoma cuts through the darkness with a sense of purpose that almost feels personal. The engine hums deeper, the chassis stiffens on uneven ground, and you start feeling like the limits you believed existed might not apply anymore. And when you finally step out, and look back at the Tacoma covered in dust, lights still warm, engine ticking softly as it cools, you realize this truck isn't about specs or marketing lines. It's about the feeling of going somewhere nobody else wants to go. It's about confidence, survival, and the thrill of knowing you have a machine built to take you places that still feel untouched. The 2025 Toyota Tacoma Off-Road is not just a pickup. It's a challenge disguised as a vehicle. A reminder that adventure is not in the destination but in the climb, the obstacles, the grit, and the unpredictability of the wild. And if you're willing to take that risk, this truck is more than ready to lead the way, one rough, thrilling, unforgettable mile at a time.